says,
Did not even know he had one. All right. A fraud.
It seems like a lot of people here like Powdered Toast Man.
Which is funny, because he's one of the worst characters in the game.
But he's endearing.
Yeah. He's really funny. I remember we were in the SmashCon hotel room and we were watching a Best of Powdered Toast Man.
Gotta let the kids know.
Yeah.
Gotta be cultured.
Justin was like, what is happening?
That's an American hero right there.
Save the president. Got his, got stuck in his zipper.
Yeah. And now we have someone who's trying to rule the world. Truly a battle of good and evil.
Yes. Hopefully it doesn't summon the Forpus.
Very,
very dastard.
3, 2,
starting off
1.
on almost at Smashville.
You were close. It's Jellyfish Fields. And this is a stage that Zim can actually control rather well, depending on how well he opts to use the projectiles.
Yeah, it's a small stage, not a lot of space to control. Like, you can also throw out big hitboxes with Zim himself. Oh, no, we're able to get back. Just floated high enough just to get over the ledge.
Yeah, one thing that HungryNuggies is going to have in his favor is the fact that Powdered Toast Man is just able to occupy a lot of space on the platform.
This is the thing. Powdered Toast Man is also like a large model. Like, we saw like the gnome is like half the height of him, so like. That might come to the board, but.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, not allowing Nuggies to breathe thus far. And then Gur, why don't you explain to us a little bit about how Gur works in this game?
Gur kind of weird. Gur kind of cool, though. So, with Gur, you can command him to stop or jump, but hitting him as Zim will allow him to turn around. So you could just sort of park Gur somewhere or have him advance towards someone. And it seems like he is opting more for just having Gur advance forward and then following suit with Zim.
We're also seeing he use Gur kind of like a snake's grenade, almost like just popping it out to like create a burst situation.
Yeah, and it's smart because you don't want Powdered Toast Man to stay on top of you. Otherwise, there's lots of damage. And given the fact that Zim is one of the lightest characters in the game, like, it's not going to take a lot of effort to end out his stocks.
Oh, taking off stage, opting to go for the high recovery. Able to get away with it, too. Mr. E was just not in position to take that. Oh. Ooh, Shine just the stall, but Mr. E just delayed the up tilt. All right, Gur on the platform. Mr. E hasn't really set up the traditional trash sweep that we've been seeing from Zim thus far, but hasn't had any need to.
Yeah, I think he's just been trying to do more so taking advantage of the fact that Zim has pretty large normals, and the fact that he's using Gur as a burst option lets him reset neutral pretty consistently. Like, it's worked so well for him in game one.
All right, just jab gonna be put off stage. The gnome and Gur at the same time, and the Mighty Moose!
Oh!
Yo, used the whole arsenal.
All right, everything came through for E in game one.
See what Matt decides to do. Like I said, has a bevy of characters thus far. So let's see what the choice from Matt here is. I saw immediately Helga.
Powdered Toast Man.
Well, we went right on back to Powdered Toast Man, which is fine and dandy. I think he just needs to be a bit more consistent with actually linking the heavier hits, because it seemed like he was going for some Renegade heavy strong dash attacks.
Yeah, and we're going to the longer Smashville and Rooftop Rumble.
Oh, okay.
So this is a longer stage. The platform's longer in the middle. Stay stationary. The blast zones are pretty short on the sides and also on the top. But a bit more space for HungryNuggies to be able to move around. And we're seeing him just like go immediately to the platform, just staying away from Zim's traps.
Which is fine because, like, if Zim wants to try to control space there with Gnome and Gur, it does take a bit of a commitment to get the Gnome into a decent enough space. Yeah. And at that point, Matt could respond accordingly. Gur, however, very useful for covering this platform. And we saw right there the advancing light neutral to pop Gur from running below to above while he was moving, which is just fantastic play.
Throwing out all these nairs so far.
Now that's the one that has the random angle,
yes. Right? So in reference to the fact that every time it cuts to him in Ren and Stimpy, he's always in a different pose. So it works in a different angle. The hitbox is the same every time. He's in the same pose. It's just the angle is different. Basically, his whole body is a hitbox.
Hilarious.
Ooh! Mr. E was not ready for that. Who's a stock runner? Matt has even things up stock-wise, but we haven't really seen too much of the combo game come out from Matt. It's these stray hits that are building up the damage slowly but surely.
And in fairness, Powder Toastman does have the damage to compensate, but he's just been doing a much more effective job of controlling space once he gets into the space he wants.
Yeah, Zim like has to set up his combos, like has to have Gur and the Gnome out in the right positions in order to get big extensions and big damage off of them. It's a character that we see most of the time able to likes to hold back and just pepper away with the hits until they get their setup going, and then leads to even more damage. But you know, that's kind of the same play style we're also seeing from Matt this far.
Ooh, throws out the neutral heavy from the air, and just like that, he's got the 2-1 lead. But for how long is he going to be able to keep it while the interaction's in the air?
Dash attack not going to be enough to do it, but it gains control of the stage, but still able to regain control of it. Just stands in the way of Gur. A true American hero.
Yeah,
I must stop him.
You know, it's worth noting you can grab Gur. He's just like any other projectile in this game that doesn't have an active hitbox in that moment. Like, you just pick him up. You can't do the same to the Gnome, but being able to neutralize Gur is a really big deal in this matchup. Yo, Down Light has been doing so much for E on the ground. It's been covering a lot of the missed text from HungryNuggies.
Oh,
the stall! All right, all right.
All right.
It's not out of it yet.
Yeah, able to bring it the final stock. We gotta play perfect. That's what I would say.
The winner.
Aerial neutral strong, and then just a drop too to cover all that space. Very good. I gotta say, out of everyone on the island with an interest in this game, I was not expecting E to
be the one to come?
Yeah, to join me in playing Zim, and I'm really here for it, yo.
This is definitely not the character I was expecting from you, but like looking at the way it's playing.
Yeah, it's working well. I think he just has a really good sense of control with Gur, and between that and how well he's utilizing a lot of the lights, like, the damage is just finding its way onto HungryNuggies with nearly no effort.
Oh, Gur just breaking up that damage. Just like just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Like, he has not opted to use Gur to just stay as a stationary projectile, and anytime he does want one, like, Gnome is perfectly sufficient.
Just covering the jump there, sending up. Oh!
The most mega of mooses.
What a fantastic trap there. Gur sending up into the Gnome, and then the Gnome confirming into Mighty Moose. But dead even right now as Matt's able to take that stock. Matt looking to take a game here, just throwing out these snares. Mr. E able to get trade, and that's going to allow him to reset. Goes Gur. Just chuck the Gur.
Chuck Gur. I mean, he could have just attacked to let Gur go in the other direction, but actually grabbing him to toss him, I think, was much smarter. And again, I don't think Matt has realized that you could do that with Gur, and E has been taking such good advantage of that. Oh, try to go for the edge hog. I like it.
But Powder Toastman's recovery goes shockingly high. It's the arc that is kind of the weakness of it. It goes in the same arc every time. Don't really have too much control of it. All right, Mr. E, though, with a bit of a lead right now. So down smash.
Ooh.
All right, dead even. Final stock. All right, building up the damage.
I like it. He's got to do something with that damage, though. Like, take note of how E has just been consistently going from corner to corner.
Who gets the grab?
Yeah, break away from that grab, too.
Oh, gets in there. Run crouton cookies.
Do those croutons always shoot in like a set distance?
I think so. I'm not sure if the charge affects it or not. Although with the way Powder Toastman plays, it's entirely possible. Oh! Oh
that was
my
a really
goodness.
sick confirm.
What a sequence there from HungryNuggies, taking a game off of Mystery, sending us to a game number 4. The boys are hype. I'm hype.
With every reason, too. All of a
that
sudden.
That was a fantastic sequence at the end.
That was exactly what Matt needed. Like, consistently having to look for the confirm in order to actually make something with all of the damage that Powder Toastman's able to put out.
Fantastic.
And now he gave the room a reason to get loud.
Yeah. All right, taking us to game 4, where we're going.
Hovering over to Urkin
Urkin
Armada.
the home stage advantage.
Versus
And a hell of a home stage advantage it is.
Yeah, Zim.
Gnome and Gur are able to control so much space. And a lot of those vertical combos for Zim, you can see with the grounded uplight, they lead into so much damage, especially once Zim can get one aerial light, whether it's neutral or up. Like, it's curtains for Powder Toast, man.
Mystery doing a fantastic job thus far at putting Matt on the defensive.
Powder Toast Man trying to platform camp Zim was not how I expected this game 4 to go. I'm
No.
not going to lie.
Matt, when it comes to games, is often on the more campy side of thinking of things in his execution. Not always, but we're definitely seeing it come through here. Recognizing he has the space and Zim isn't contesting it, so might as well utilize it. But Mr. E, though, when do be getting the hits, taking a pretty healthy lead right now. Although that last game we saw PTM killing at pretty early percents. Also, though, we went from very short blast zones from the stage to very far blast zones away from the stage.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to affect Powder Toast Man being able to kill fairly early.
Ooh.
But tell me wrong, Matt. Tell me wrong.
Just needed enough to make sure that up special wasn't coming back. Yeah, unfortunately, Zim doesn't have the best by way of recoveries.
All right, I just want to point out in the Long Island Nick server, they're spamming the MVP for Matt taking a game.
Hey, listen, he ended that Game 3 in a hell of a way.
What nerds.
And if he can continue to keep that momentum, Game 5 is very much on the horizon, but the damage would say otherwise.
Yeah, but if Matt's able to get the strong hits towards the ledge, can be killing at lower percents. Look at that, just one strong attack. Also, forgot to mention, we haven't really seen it come out. The aerial strong heavy from Powder Toast Man is the strongest normal in the game.
Really?
Yes, the tongue. And can kill at very early percentage. Speaking of which, we got a tied game final stock right now. Matt looking to take us to a game number 5.
Again, it's worth reiterating that for all this power that Powder Toast Man has, the fact that it's on a light target like Zim really does help level the playing field. Like, he has had to put in double time to make sure that HungryNuggies doesn't have any safe passage to the ground.
There's a lot of heavy characters in this bracket as well. Like for Mr. E moving forward, no matter if it's on the winner or loser side. There's already a Reptar in losers.
Yeah. Things look kind of dangerous. He needs to be able to take this game. And the way that he's juggling across these platforms, he's looking good to do it.
Yeah, just keeping full control of the situation right now, getting the trap set up at the ledge. Out comes here. Oh no, opting to go high. Fantastic, but gonna get caught. Able to live. Air dash is back on, but gonna get caught on the near click get up. And Mystery is able to take that 3-1. But Matt keeping it very even there at the end. Very impressive showing for someone who hasn't been as much around, but still has a big interest in the game.